drawing of Obama over a photograph of Obama? That's the question that's going to be answered today from my perspective, but I would ask you, does the drawing does the drawing not have the potential to be more attractive than the person it's representing?
But so you agree that you would pick so you're saying that you would pick a drawing because it's more attractive than the person, right? Is
Kind
that
of,
what you're saying?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's a certain standard of how something should look. But then, so you're still saying that you are attractive. You're attracted to a perfected form of a human, because you're gratifying yourself to something that looks human, right? And in this case, looks like a little human, right? And a little human, other than dwarves, is a girl, is a little boy, a little girl. So you're saying that you're attracted to a perfected version, a drawing of a boy or a girl, but it's still a representative. It still represents a boy or a girl, little ones.
Yeah, that doesn't make the thing it's supposedly representing attractive.
Okay, I just want to get this
That
question out of
doesn't
the
make any
way.
sense. All right, go ahead, Bader.
I just want to get this question out of the way. So what, Gerant or Gerant? What's your, how do I pronounce your
He
name?
said either.
Okay. So you're aware about chat base, right?
I'm sorry, I can't understand you.
Are you aware about chat base?
Yeah, Shadman, yeah, I know.
Shadman, my bad. So you're
His
aware that
website is
Shadman,
called Shadbase, but he himself is called Shadman.
thank you for correcting me, but I was going to say that like you're aware like people think Shadman is a pedophile, right? Are you aware about why?
Yes, because he drew not safe for work pictures of Wolverine's daughter from the Wolverine movie.
Yes, and why is that wrong?
I hate to
Because
interrupt, but he's actually known for that because he drew pictures of Keemstar's daughter,
Right,
his
but
Yeah,
actual
but
daughter,
let's go
in
with
sexual
Wolverine's
ways.
daughter.
so the question
Let's go
is
with Wolverine's daughter.
why? So would you say that it's right that he got in trouble for that, or would he be allowed to draw drawings of Wolverine's naked daughter, which is based on a real actress?
I would say that it's right that he got in trouble for it. It's not right for him to do that.
So what's the difference between a caricature based on a real person and one that just represents girls, little girls in general? It's still a caricature.
My question exactly.
Here's all right. I think the Wolverine's daughter is what's her name, Daphne Keene or something like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, since she actually exists, and if she becomes aware of those, which I'm sure she already is, she has to deal with it. The fact that that stuff's on the internet. However, if you draw a picture of, say, Connor from Dragon Maid doing the same stuff, well, Connor doesn't exist, so she doesn't have to deal with anything. A fictional character can't be a victim.
But
My counter to that, sorry for a bit, Riley. I just wanted to say my counter to that is whenever you're drawing something, right? Let's say we talk about lollies. Whenever you're drawing that, you basically taking inspiration from real life. That's why the art imitating life is for. That is basically you taking inspiration from something you're seeing in real life, like for example, anatomy of a human being, basic shape of a human being, etc. All right. So using that logic, aren't people that are drawing lollies taking inspiration?
They might be.
Well, how
They might
would
be.
you? I'm going to post this real quick. I just googled it, but you know how right now there's this big thing of like women dressing up like anime characters. So if they're looking like Troll Jail, if they're going through this much trouble to look like these anime characters, why isn't it that you can say? Why is it that you are fighting the fact that anime characters are based on what women look like. It's a perfected version of women, in this case, little girls. So why do you have this dissociation from the fact that these are little girls? Like when you look at it, there's a certain difference mentally. There's a certain difference of those drawings of those characters compared to like an adult or old woman of it. So why is the focus of the gratification on the fact that these little characters look like little girls? Like why not
That's
gratify
not a
yourself
fact.
to a picture of a fat old woman, a drawing of a fat old woman? What? Why not?
Let me ask you this question right
Wait,
now,
hold on. I
right?
want to hear an answer.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Ask your question again because I had my PC Discord beeping going on.
Shit, hold on. I forgot right now. But basically, if it doesn't, if it's not based on, damn it, Bader, help me out here because I forgot already.
Are you
Basically,
are you asking, why we see adult characters as adults but not loli characters as children?
So
Is that
in
basically
essence,
what your
yeah.
question?
Why is your willing? Why would you rather Why are you arguing that these little kids, the drawing of the little girls, are not real girls? But then, if that's the case, why are you interested in gratifying yourself to them as opposed to an anime drawing of an old woman or a fat guy or something? So why specifically on those? If you don't have if you're not interested in being with little girls in real life.
Well, the same reason that people would be attracted to Rouge the Bat without wanting to be with bats in real life.
The what? Are you talking the Sonic character?
You're talking about
Yes,
Sonic the Hedgehog now,
They're
yeah.
attracted to it because it's been given humanoid features, aka the big boobs, the luscious lips. I mean, and yeah,
and so are lolis
honestly,
very often.
having a fetish for an animal is, mental illness, which is what we also associate pedophilia with,
zoophilia, yeah.
and zoophilia.
I would say it depends on the what style the character's drawn in. If it's a completely anime style that strays from reality, then no, it wouldn't raise any red flags because, as it turns out, um, most lolicons aren't even attracted to real people.
But okay, you're still talking about this real people thing, but then why do you focus on the lolicon? Why is it that your focus, your interest is lolicon? Why not some other character with some other like adult features? Like why do you focus on the ones that look small and look like children?
They don't look like children.
But okay, but what
Okay,
is,
okay,
first
let
off,
me
the entire world disagrees with you. But the other question is, you're still not
Well, the
answering why
entire
is your,
world's opinion doesn't mean shit.
well, it does if you're a pedophile and
all
there's
right,
a
all
risk
right.
of you targeting real life children, because there is a risk. So the question is, you still haven't asked why you're attracted to that specific sector of hentai.
Because those types of characters, I'd say they just have the most attractive design, the most attractive geometry.
What is in this case for you? What is about lolis that is attractive to you?
Right.
Is
Have
it
you've taken
is it their mature behavior?
right,
Is it their woman?
you know how puberty works, right?
Yeah, go on.
Go ahead with that. You need to elaborate, but go ahead with what you're
Alright.
trying to get at.
All right, first of all, pedophilia, that is a scientific term. It has nothing to do with legality. It's being confused and conflated with
Pause. You
legality.
are deviating from the question. What is it
No,
about
I'm
lolicons
setting
that you
myself
find
up to.
attractive?
I'm trying to say something that will help answer that question. So I do intend to answer your question. So I just want to first clarify that pedophilia is a scientific term. It does not refer to attraction to minors. It refers to attraction to children who have not yet hit puberty. And of course, the way we know whether there's probably no good way of saying this, but right, children don't have secondary sex characteristics like breasts and wide hips because that's something you get from puberty. Lolis, however, are drawn with those characteristics.
Give me a second.
Wait,
So I just want to
hold on. Let me ask you this. If that's the case, hold on a second. You know, Promise Neverland, right?
What about the Promised Neverland?
I mean, those characters are literally children. Would you consider them that they need to be sexualized and like drawn, not safe for work, and all that other crap?
I wouldn't say they need to be, but I wouldn't say that
wait.
someone's a pedophile for it, though.
Just a second. Just a second. So this is what I wanted to get you at. When I asked you about Eri, you said Eri was a loli, because that is what Misteranime thinks Eri is. She's a loli. She does not have any of the features that you discussed about the lolicons.
Hold on a sec. Who actually is Eri? What's she from?
Eri
My
from
Hero
My Hero
Academia.
Academia. Do you know who Sarada is? Sarada
Do
Uchiha
I-
from Boruto. Do you know who she is?
Hold on. Do I know who is?
Sarada Uchiha.
Shadara from Boruto.
Can we not don't talk at the same time, please? Actually, oh no, I don't know who that is either.
Don't give me a second.
The very first word is literally underage. The very first tag.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
No,
do
but
I,
like
I
just
also
like
need to
That
bring up
that
the fact that
alone,
he
no, is not enough. But if you showed me instances of him actually harassing, children, then you'd have something that
But
shows a red flag for me.
what about the tweets?
Oh, can I?
And how he's friends with someone who actually wants the definition of rape abolished in Japan.
I would say I would say that I don't really have enough information on that. The original poster said these laws are getting unconstitutional or something like that, and the title of the article I think says Japan redefines rape and raises the age of consent to 16. But
Yes. So what is the
I
difference? What is it that you can't get?
I never.
No, no, no. Just
Not
let
if I
the guy
miss the
speak.
opportunity to read the article. I would need to make sure the article says what you think he's saying. Like what if the article said something like
Konosuke, Konosuke. You're using whataboutism. We've explained to you it is literally about Japan raising the age of consent from 13 to 16. There's a whole conversation between Mr. Anime and that the other guy who are arguing that it shouldn't be the case. What is it that you can't get?
how do you know that that is the law that he's complaining about and not the other one? I don't even know what the other law says, where it says it
No,
redefined rape. How do we know that
he's
that's in favor of what we would agree with or not in favor of what if it redefines rape as you're allowed to do it as long as
That's not
the
what
other
that's
person
not what
can't.
he's trying to say. He has
I'm not saying that's what he's trying to say. I'm saying what if that's what the
you
article said because I didn't get a
you are
chance
you
to
are
read it.
using you are
I'm not
using
going to pretend that
whataboutism.
I know what the article
You are
said if I
you are
didn't
using
read it.
whataboutism. Give me a second. You are using whataboutism. The whole conversation is pretty clear to anyone who can read, right? The only one
Define
who can't get this is you.
define
And you're
whataboutism.
using this. This is a whataboutism. Well, what about that he's not actually, complaining about the age of consent, and maybe he's complaining about something else. Like that's his whataboutism. It's pretty clear what it's saying. So therefore, it's whataboutism.
Almost not. But here's the thing about the article. I would have to actually read the article and then look at what he said. And that's not easy to do when you're suspended on Twitter. So
so on that note,
so I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know something that I don't know.
I want to point out two things. One, that earlier your explanation, I asked like, what do you find attractive in lolicon characters, and you went and explained this whole thing about puberty, but you never really specified what you find attractive about that. So I just want to point out that you didn't go into detail of which specific parts. But I want to
Okay, so
follow. All right, if you want to follow that up and tell me what parts you find attractive.
yeah. If you had anything to add to what you were saying, I'll let you finish, and then I'll answer that.
I'll let you do that first, and then I'd like to follow it up with something since you mentioned Twitter.
All right. So we know that breasts and wide hips on female characters they play a key role in making that character attractive. So I'm therefore more likely to be attracted to characters that have that, even if that character is a loli.
Okay, but
Despite what age the character is supposed to be, if it's
so
visually pleasing to the eye, then that's what makes it attractive.
you said this despite whatever the character's age should be, but you are specifically choosing characters that are designed to look young and then given hormonally advanced features like boobs and things like that. The question is why? Are you fixated with this need to sexualize something that is not normally sexualized? Why do you need to see something that looks 12 but with boobs?
Why do you need to see it as a real child?
Because it's based off a real child. The same reason that if you look at a cartoon drawing of a car, you recognize it's a car a table, an old woman. Again, it's based off. It's designed to be a little girl. Like that's why you're not jacking off to a drawing of a cat.
Right.
The other, okay, well, let's move on because honestly, you're dancing around this, but you do have this Twitter message where you say the thing that upsets me the most about lolis is the fact that they aren't real and will therefore never slam their cunny down onto my cock repeatedly. So again, lollies, it doesn't matter how you argue this. The idea of lollies and the reason they're named that is because they are representative, a childlike figure. So you're kind of upset that you don't have something that looks like a lolly that can ride you, and something that looks like lollies in real life does exist. They're called children. How do you
Well, no, they
justify this
don't.
tweet?
They don't look anything like. Right, but the eyes that take up a quarter of their head can, that can play a huge role in making the character more pleasing to the
Okay,
eye.
It doesn't matter
okay.
if but so that's the thing. Like you're not arguing about the eye. For you, your fixation is on the fact that the character is childlike. Keyword child. And again, it doesn't matter how much you dance around this. You're fucking 30 years old. You have no business looking at cartoon drawings, especially ones that look like jacking off to cartoon drawings. Fine, there's people who do that. It's sick in my head, but the fact that you're jacking off to cartoon drawings that are childlike, there's no reason a 30-year-old should be doing that. Unjustifiable.
Let me ask you this: what are you going to do to stop me from doing that?
I mean, like we also can't stop terrorists for killing people because they believe
But
this way. Doesn't mean
no,
it's we should
So
be
seriously,
wait.
saying we shouldn't do that.
this is well, yeah, but there are actually things that you could do to stop. In some cases, there are things you could do to stop doing from someone from doing
You're
something that you
acknowledging that
object to.
you have something
So
that
you're
is worth
acknowledging
stopping.
you're acknowledging that you have a lot of problems. But let me ask you this question, if you don't
I'm
mind.
not ignoring.
So
I don't
what do you
see it
hold
as
on,
a
hold on,
problem.
hold on. What do you think of Pan from like Dragon Ball? What do you think of Dragon Ball Z? What do you think of that? Do you think that's a child or no?
In the role of the story, yes, but anatomically, no.
Okay.
How
Okay. So
how wait so how this I gotta hear.
Because if we're referring to the organism that actually exists, they don't look at, when people are attracted to a cartoon character, they're attracted to what they see on their screen. They're not reimagining it, what it looks like if it were a real person. It's literally at face value.
Oh, okay. So let me use this argument, right? So have you ever heard of Rugrats before? I'm sure you have many a times. So are you attracted to
let's not
Tommy, Chucky, and Angelica?
Geek, he does not understand most to the things you're talking about. I'll just go ahead. Like you mentioned Pan, right? I'll give you a picture of Pan in the troll jail. You can look at this.
Whoever was asking the Rugrats question, go ahead and finish.
Fine. Point blankety blank. Are you attracted? Are you basically attracted to like the Rugrats, even though that's straight up babies? I mean, there's no arguing with that, and like if they draw not safe for work stuff with that, considering that is beyond red flag.
I would still say no. I mean, those characters also aren't. I wouldn't say those characters are Shota or Loli though either, because they don't have the anime art style. Hold on a second.
Okay, don't answer that question. Just answer my question because I've been trying to ask you and you're not answering it.
I want to answer
No. Yeah, I'll ask you. You don't. I'll just ask you the question. You answered the Rugrat. Just answer mine, please, too. Look in the troll jail. There's like 2 pictures of Pan that I posted. Tell me what features about her that you think is not that of a anatomy of a child, please. Go ahead.
Everything on her face.
everything on the face.
But so you're not attracted to real humans?
There are some real humans that I'm attracted to, but
I'm sure there is.
nobody looks like Pan.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna post this for a second.
No,
and
they don't.
Bro,
I believe you drew this. Could you tell me the name of this character?
I'm trying to get back onto Discord
It's in the troll jail.
on my PC. All right, Troll J. You believe I drew? Yeah, that's Nagatoro.
Hayase Nagatoro.
Yes,
And how old is this character?
I don't really know. I actually never read the. I never read them. Okay, someone just. Okay, yeah. Well, that doesn't mean shit because she doesn't exist. So
But
you're
the
not
fact
sexually
that
harassing anyone.
the fact that you're putting yourself
And
in a
no,
situation where you're mentally telling yourself it is acceptable for me to gratify myself at my age to somebody at 15, that is ridiculous. It is such a terrible mindset for you to have. It's not just damaging to you, but it's dangerous for anybody around you.
repeat what you think the mindset is because I think I
You are a
missed
30-year-old person who drew a sexually provocative drawing of a character that is considered 15 years old. So in your mind, you are telling yourself it is okay for me to sexualize a 15-year-old character, which is a representative of a human, because you're clearly attracted to human-like features. If you weren't, then these characters would not have two eyes, or they would look different. They would look like a dragon, band dragon. I don't know. But my point is, you're clearly attracted to features that are present in a human, specifically a small human, as in young, not dwarfism. And again, it says right there, this character is of 15 years of age. You're twice that, and you don't see a problem with this.
No, because that's a character, not a person. Well, no, because the way I judge whether something is moral or not is if it does any damage to someone's life, liberty, or property.
Okay, so if someone stockpile child porn, if he's not damaging someone, he's just looking at that itself. Is it still not wrong
What
for you?
what 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 do you mean?
You're
What do you say? If someone has what?
if someone stockpile child porn, he's not damaging anyone. He's not like tarnishing on anyone's liberty or anything else. Would that still be wrong for him to
No,
stockpile child porn?
I'm assuming you mean actual, child. That I'm assuming what
I'm
you
pretty clear
mean.
with what I said. I'm pretty clear with what I said. I never
No,
used the word loli.
Beros,
I used child porn.
Okay, so you're talking about. I just want to be sure that I'm clear on what you're talking about. Now, yes, that actually does damage, the child in the video because
What's the
they have to
difference?
live with the fact that, if they know that it's on the internet, they have to live with that for the rest of their life. However, a person like Ilya von Einsburn or Pan from Dragon Ball, they don't have to deal with that.
I have a
But
take
that's
on
my
that. I have
issue.
a take on that question. Actually, it's a follow up on that argument there with the child pornography, because somebody is getting hurt with child pornography, the child involved in the actual photography or video. But say that you create a simulated child pornography using characters created in AI, AI generated characters that look human, completely human, but they're non existent people. They just look human. They look like somebody you could meet on the street, but they look like children having sex. Do you think that's immoral?
I would still say no if it was all created from the ground up without reference. If it's based on, an actual, then yeah, especially if it's released online and it's like, hey, that looks exactly like my daughter. I'm suing these people. It's
Right, but an AI generated character could accidentally look like a real person and not be based on them. The whole part about looking real is that there's 6 billion of us. You don't know exactly how every single one of us look. There even may be a character out a human out there that has weird facial deformities and actually looks like an anime character. My point is that you are saying that if that character is not real, even if it's a live action, like it looks human, but it's not a real person, and that's okay. You haven't met every human on Earth. You don't know if it looks like somebody or not. You just know that it looks human. So why is that okay?
well, we'd also have to factor in that realistically, if someone does that by themselves, I don't know that they're doing that.
I don't understand what you mean.
Well, if you let's say you drew a picture of me getting run over by a truck, and you were doing that right now, I would have no way of knowing.
No, but we're not, right now I'm talking about AI generated realistic pictures of child pornography.
Well, if
There's
someone
not
wants,
there's not real people involved, but these characters look like real people. And I'm asking you if that's okay.
I I would have a problem with it,
Why?
but I don't know that I would. I I don't know that I would punish someone to the same degree that someone should be punished for, actually filming a child.
But why would you have a problem with it?
Why? Yeah.
Uh, I would say mostly just because it's cringe. It does raise red flag because, if someone AI generates stuff like that and it looks real, then they're definitively attracted to children in real life also.
But it's not a real person. So why it's computer generated. So why is that any different than having a drawing that looks like a child?
Because the drawing doesn't look like a drawing of a loli looks like a loli. A
What is
cartoon
a loli?
drawing,
But
a
they're
lo,
both
a
they're
lo,
both representations of a child. It doesn't matter. The realism doesn't matter. Mentally,
The
it's being
the
represent a child is being represented.
the anatomy of a lolly is inspired from a child. The anatomy of a child is inspires the anatomy of a lolicon body. So what is the difference for you?
a
You
loli is
mentioned
a
pan. Pan
fictional thing.
literally does this.
Beta,
Pan
one
has
second.
no hormonal growth. So please explain.
A loli is, by definition, they are fictional female characters in an anime or anime-ish art style. In other words, it can still be a loli if it doesn't come from Japan, uh, but a real person cannot fit that description because it's impossible for someone's eyes to be that big. You, you can't have a head that big.
Okay, but you're
And
going into minute details. I mean, they're representative. Like the reason they have big eyes, and this is
do
the same
minute
reason
details not play a part in making someone attractive?
that yes, they do. Big, children
Okay,
have
so then
bigger.
they're relevant.
Gerard,
I mean, why
children.
I'm
wouldn't
saying
Vader,
that
one
with
sec. Vader, one sec. Kids have bigger eyes as a to scale with their skull than adults, right? So
all right,
that's
but
what
they
it's
don't have
representing.
eyes
It's
as big as a loli.
representing. It doesn't fucking matter. It's representing
Yes,
the
it
bigger
does.
eyes is it represents innocence and childlikeness. All right. So you're saying that you are attracted to these characters because they have innocence and childlikeness features.
No, I'm
And
attracted to
again,
these
like,
characters because they're designed to look attractive.
okay, but
No, they're not.
how did you end up getting attractive to these characters if how did you end up getting attracted to these features if you didn't have a base of reference, which is reality? You didn't just
because I've
you
already
didn't just
been.
born. I'm like, I somehow like anime characters more than humans. You got there somehow.
Be- Because anime characters are literally designed to be more attractive than humans.
Okay, but you do agree if they're designed to be more attractive than humans, they must be based on humans, right? They're affiliated because if one is prettier than the other, it means that the two are related. They're not apple and oranges. They're an orange and a much prettier orange, but they're still oranges. Again, this is why
Okay,
you
but
are focusing on human-like caricatures. And even this look at
okay, but
children.
you're still accusing lolicons of being attracted to the boring orange.
You're still eating orange, aren't you?
Well, no,
Well, yeah.
uh,
It's
it,
it's
it
a
is.
it's an
It,
ugly if you eat a ugly orange or a cute orange, you're still eating an orange.
okay, but
You're
you can't eat a picture of. You can't eat a stylized picture of an orange.
you're but you can jack off to it. The same way you can jack off to a realistic AI representation of a child. Even though that child does not exist, it's realistic. Look at this drawing that I put in troll jail. It's anime like, but it's getting pretty close to realistic. It's in the middle. So at what point do you consider something just a drawing and instead a rendering of a real person? Because this character looks anime, but at the same time, you can find an actual girl that looks like that.
I'm not really sure where I could draw the line. I would compare that to, tracing the fossil records back and finding the first human.
Do you
It's
see
so if it's so
how
gradual, then there's no
do you
line you can put on it.
do you see how far you have to stretch this in order to justify gratifying yourself to cartoon drawings of what, yes, is something that is based by the name, by
That's
the
not
drawing, in every way.
that's
It's based
not
on
what
a
I'm
little girl.
justifying.
But yeah, you again, you're
N-
30. You
No,
came in here
let
to
me
start an
illustrate. Let
argument
me
over
illustrate you
lollipop.
why. Let me illustrate to you why I'm not defending that. The reason I'm not defending that is because we could just do it anyway without your permission. What I'm having a problem with is you reducing the word pedophile to a swear word.
But you are a pedophile. It's not
No,
an
I'm not.
insult. It's an accurate descriptor of what you are into, as you have
Name
described
one.
it to us.
Name name literally one prepubescent child I'm attracted to. Go ahead.
I don't.
It's
The
not
fact
possible to come to that realization when that's not even the case.
when we were talking about the AI thing, you said that you would have find a problem with it, but you wouldn't necessarily think that it's wrong to the level of somebody who's a real child molester. The fact that you had to dance around that so carefully and say that you might find something wrong, honestly, the right answer is just, yeah, no, it's wrong. It's a depiction of what could be a realistic child, and therefore it's wrong. But you danced around that, so yes, that makes you a pedophile. You may not like the
No, it
term,
doesn't.
but
The
that's just
only
the fact.
thing, the only thing that can make you a pedophile is being attracted to children.
And you,
Whatever arguments you make, say there's nothing that you can do, say,
you
or argue that can make you a pedophile. If you are not
Riley,
attracted to children, then you are not a pedophile.
Riley,
Why is that so difficult for you to understand?
you said
Riley,
that there's nothing wrong with. You said that it's not necessarily bad for somebody to masturbate to AI rendering of a child, a realistic AI rendering of a child that does not exist. That is wrong. Like no, it just is.
You're not answering my question though.
What was your question?
How can you be a pedophile without being attracted to children?
Because you are attracted to children, you're just trying to
Name
justify it.
one. Name one.
Your drawings are representative of
I,
children.
I said I didn't say name a
Hey,
drawing.
you
I
don't
said
have to use a physical name. Your
yes, you
characters,
do.
that Hayat, whatever the fuck her name is, she represents a 15-year-old girl, right?
which is disqualified from pedophilia because she has secondary sex characteristics.
Dude, you're fucking 30. Honestly, if I had a child and you were my neighbor, I would be willing to go to jail just to end you.
Wait,
I
Riley,
wouldn't be
he's
responsible
just
for what
closing his
injuries you
ears.
sustain from trying that.
What,
Wait,
Bader?
shut up for a second. He's just covering his ears, closing his eyes, and screaming la 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 la. He just can't admit that he's a pedophile, but like forget
That's
about that.
because it's
Forget about that.
impossible to admit something that isn't
Okay.
true.
Yeah, you're completely right. You
How
like a
many
prettier orange, you don't like an uglier orange. I
you
understand that. Just let
you
me follow
go
up with my question. Because I got interrupted there. I got interrupted and the follow-up question was completely different what I was asking. Durant, right? So can you tell me what I was trying to follow up with? You said that watching actual child porn is not right as compared to the lollies because that is an actual kid that is being harmed, right? The follow-up question is that my to that is where do you draw the line? The person is just watching. He's not harming any real children. He's just watching it in his own room alone. Why? Meanwhile, he's watching like just like how a lolly person is not harming a real person. A guy who's watching actual child porn is not actually harming a real child. He's just watching it.
Yes, they
So
are
where do you draw the
because
line? How?
let's imagine that you shared a picture of your downstairs area with your wife, and you trust your wife not to put that on the internet. Your wife gets mad at you one day and posts it on the internet. Every time that's shared, you're not going to be happy with that. Every
I
time
don't
someone
think you understood my
downloads it,
question.
anytime someone downloads that, anytime someone uploads it, it hurts you in some way.
I don't think you understood my question. It was never. I never mentioned spreading somewhere. I'm saying they saw something that was spread by someone else that they don't know or have any idea about. They're just watching it. What's the difference between watching real child porn, not spreading it, not anything else, just watching it, versus jacking off to a lolly?
The fact it was spread in the first place.
Yeah, but you're not the one who spread it. You're not the one who harmed it.
But someone else did, right?
But that has nothing to do with you. You're just watching it.
look, the
Which ones? Name one.
you don't need to
Which,
name
na-
one, dude. They're fucking
yes, you do. Or I'm sure
no
you've
wonder
seen the
you're a
guy
fan of
who.
Mr. Anime.
I'm sure you've seen the. If you can't name a child that someone's attracted to, then you do not have evidence. No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You want to hold on to any excuse you can to throw the word pedophile around like it's a fucking football, and that
And just
actually
like you are
normalizes
throwing any
pedophilia.
excuses, wait, you're throwing every excuses in the book. You're dancing around the issue, and you're trying to jump through hoops and like shifting the goalpost to explain how you're
Hold
not a
on.
pedophile. What
I'm
is it
not
Actually,
that you
shifting
do
any
that is
goalposts. I'm
I
not
think
shifting
yeah,
any
you are.
goalposts.
You are.
okay.
Riley asked you the difference between a lolly and a like AI art of a real person. Riley basically explained, and you also like confirmed to it. This the only difference is it's an older orange and a pretty orange. The only difference you
That is not what
no
I
you
said at all.
the only difference
Actually,
you're making out, which everyone heard, not just me, is that you think like lollies are more attractive than real people because they have like perfect features and everything. They're pretty oranges, unlike real human
okay.
beings that are older oranges. That's
Beta,
You're
your
still
Beta, hold
putting
on.
words in
only
Beta,
my
hold on.
mouth.
Hold on. Actually, there is somebody that actually is a known pedophile that actually a lot of people fucking know. I'm pretty sure you're very much well known of his art as well. Shadman.
Yeah, mentioned earlier.
I'm working here, so
Go
kiss
back
my
to
ass.
Mexico.
But I just want to
Riley,
get
you're
to
coming
a
with me then.
So I think someone's late to the party because we already went over Shad Man.
and
I
you
am
never
late because I'm
explained
at work.
where you draw the line either. But I was going to say is like I also said, you like there is no single art whatsoever which doesn't take inspiration from like from real world. Every art is inspired in some way, shape, or form from
There is
real world.
there is
Lolicons,
no person in the
lolicons,
history
lolicons are
in the history of ever,
exaggerated
there is
versions of
no
real
person
children.
at all who has ever once been diagnosed with pedophilia when using lolis alone.
Your buddy Mr. Anime did. Your buddy Mr. Anime did. He's literally arguing about
Wait,
the age of
what'd you
consent
say,
being lowered.
Brandon? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Clearly, you do.
Pedophile is a mental illness, you idiot. It's like what will a doctor say that you're a pedophile? It's you don't need a fucking medical like confirmation for that. And I was going
Okay,
to say because you're ducking me for a long time.
so
What I'm trying to explain
go
to
to
you,
the doctors and tell them that. Go to the doctors and
Wh-
tell them that you're
Why should
attracted to
why,
lollies and explain to them thoroughly what a lolly is. See their reaction.
that's
Go
already
to
being
them.
done, and they said no, that's not pedophilia.
Who? Okay,
yeah,
so you
because
went. You're
you're
telling
repeating
me
and you're not
you went to the
listening.
doctors.
I
So
didn't,
you
but
went to the
there's
doctors.
multiples of my Twitter friends have done that, and the therapist said no, that's not what pedophilia is.
Your
They're
Twitter
all
friends.
talking out of their ass. They look like they haven't showered in months. No, Christian, not months, years.
Why should I
Your Twitter
accept the
friends.
word of? Why should I
Wait,
accept a diagnosis from some random fuck on the internet?
you don't need a psychologist to
Likewise.
tell you're a pedophile. What
Yes,
are you
you
talking
do.
about? What? It's not a fucking mental illness that you need to be identified by a psychiatrist. It's a fucking fetish.
Yes, it
Do you know
is.
the difference? Pedophilia is a mental illness. Is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
it is.
Man, that explains how well versed you're in the subject. But I was trying to tell you that your friends told you that they've gone to a psychologist and they said, well, psychologist told me that it's not pedophilia. So it obviously means that I'm going to take their word for it. Your friend Mr. Anime actually argued about age of consent being lowered and instead of being higher. He's a straight up pedophile. And he says
Okay.
multiple things that puts him in bad position. But
Okay.
he's not a pedophile.
So what if he? You haven't proved. You haven't proven anything. Yes, but nothing you've put in there actually qualifies as proof.
I mean, just because you're
That's
closing your eyes
because
does not mean it's nighttime.
just because you don't accept it as proof doesn't mean that it's not proof. You have really just
If it
sidelined every argument and not
if
given
it
a
doesn't show
logical
that your
component.
claim is actually true, then it is not proof.
What do you mean,
The
dude?
claim is
The
backed
No, it
up
drawings
isn't.
by
are based off
trust and evidence.
characters that have
Based on
that are underage.
based on
The whole
resemble are not good enough. Unless you can prove is, then you don't have evidence.
you can't disprove to us that you're a pedophile. You can't disprove to us that you're a pedophile.
It's not my job to disprove it.
Well, then we have no reason to not call you a pedophile.
It,
Uh, I mean,
not to mention as well,
I mean,
we're
the
all
reason you
labeling you
shouldn't
as
would
a
depend on how
pedophile.
close I am near you. In the in the video you made about Mr. Anime, where you gave him like 3 options, I wanted to do both options 1 and 3.
What are the options?
Since I didn't pick 2, I can't remember that one, but 1 and 3 are join my Discord and explain yourself, and the third one was actually meet in person and duke it out. I would love
You
to do
know,
that.
But you are, and you're failing. What we're trying
wait
to
a minute.
explain
Wait a
to you-
minute. You're willing to fight physically over this.
You are taking this so seriously over something that, by the way, most of us, we don't give a damn about it. We just think it's weird.
I just want to
Yeah,
point
we,
out
we don't
the,
we don't really care about. You're the one who's getting so aggressive over this. We are the ones just pointing out it's weird. You're the one who's actually getting so angry and so violent
Tilted.
about this.
No, you're
like
not just
touted
saying it.
about this.
You're not.
You're the one
You
doing
are
that.
not just saying it's weird. You are saying that people are pedophiles because of it. That is not the same thing as just saying you
And
think it's
those
weird.
are our opinions. We are not going. We're not going
That's
out
not
and
an
going.
opinion.
We are
That's
not
not an
going out like
opinion.
trying to.
It's called a lie. No, it's not.
Wait, I'll,
It's not an
I'll
opinion. It's not an opinion. Period. It's something you're asserting as a fact, and it's not a fact.
well, do
I
you go outside of your
mean,
house and ask your neighbors if you know if you qualify or not as a pedophile? Do you talk to them and say, "Do you think I'm weird for looking at drawings of childlike features?" Do you talk about this with family, friends, and neighbors? And what is their opinion?
I'd imagine they'd say something like, "Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down."
Right.
wait, I'll,
But you did
that's
that
right.
here
Actually,
today.
hold on. What about Jag Senpai? I never his mom found out. How'd that go?
and and whatever
I
you want
highly
to word
doubt.
it as.
I highly doubt Jag Senpai doubled
Wait,
down. I highly doubt he did.
wait. You can call people. You can say that Konosuke calling Lolicons pedophiles is not an opinion but a slander, whatever you want to call that. You can use any kind of petty words you like. Fact of the matter is, you really wanted to fight Konosuke over
It is some.
something he said,
It is
over
something.
something he said, to a dude that you don't even know.
He
That is
offered a
Honestly,
fight.
over the
embarrassing.
internet. Over the
He
That
offered
is
a
internet. To
fight,
someone
but
that
he
you
embarrassing.
will
was not.
never ever meet in person, and you want to get this violent with him. What does that say about you? What does that say about you? You're the one getting so angry about it.
and
Uh,
and your third problem is, and your third problem with that is, first is explained by Konosuke. Your third problem is you're you're coming here in a server. Nobody even looked at your general direction. You came here in the server. You were sitting on Konosuke. I I know. So you came in this server. I'm just talking about today. You came in the server. You were willing to debate Konosuke and everything, but it's Konosuke's job to explain to you. But you came in his server. He did not look out for you. So yeah, it is your job to explain. I don't know how you function in real world, but that's not how a normal person reacts. You
No, the
hear
reason
you're going to
no,
confront them.
no
it's not
sane
on me to
person.
disprove his accusation because the burden of proof lies in the believer. If you want to prove
You
that
here
someone
to
is a
disprove
pedophile,
him.
if
You
you
here to
cannot
disprove
show
him.
any instance of them simping over a child who actually exists, or an AI generated picture that looks like a real child, then you do not have evidence.
evidence for what?
Uh, my
We
brain hurt
are.
on that
We have
one. My
every right to call
brain
you.
fucking hurt on that one.
We have every right to call you a pedophile based on what we see. So if you don't like the term, the burden of proof is on you to disprove it. But you haven't been able to do that.
Not
So
Yeah,
once.
all you have done so far
I've
is just
disproved it
yell.
multiple times.
and can you? Sorry. Look in troll jail. You mentioned earlier that something you like about lolicons is the breast and the post puberty features of a woman. Yet these drawings
Yeah,
That
yeah,
here
the
is,
things that automatically disqualify.
that doesn't look like post puberty. I don't see no boobs. That looks a
That
little
looks
underage
underage.
to me.
Yeah, that looks severely. And something that KS brought up earlier, you were saying that you're only attracted to lawyers that have woman-like features. That's no different than saying you're attracted to children that are 13 to 17. Is that not pedophilia? Because they are, they're still underage, are they not?
And please don't
Remind you,
pull
It's
the
not
legal
pedophilia
age
because,
is
like I
this,
said
legal age is
before,
that. That
pedophilia
shit's
is
still
a
a kid
scientific
range.
term, not a legal one.
look, there's not been a person in modern history defending pedophilia that wasn't in some way attracted to minors, because the only reason to defend it
I'm not
is to
defending
justify
pedophilia.
it. But
Saying that
you
something
are.
is not pedophilia is not defending pedophilia.
You
You kind
are
of are.
dancing around the fact that you look at this picture. I'm assuming you drew that. It's still associated with your Biostein's art. That that character does not have any adult-like features in any way.
Yes, she does. In the
Which one?
yes, she does. The Nagatoro
Which
one,
one?
yes, she does.
There's no
Not
breast.
Nagatoro.
That had it. That is no.
Oh,
Scroll down.
You're delusional.
Every single thing I drew has those features.
Well, these definitely don't have. This is definitely missing a pair or something. I posted it, like, scroll all the way down, and then here, I'll just repost it. Here, it's the very last thing that you will see in the troll jail. I feel disgusted just posting it, but it's not my fault.
Well, if you're posting it, you're at least admitting that it's not child porn.
No, this is a secured area. So, but what point is that, yeah, it may not be child porn, but it's representative. I mean, you wouldn't post
No,
this
it
if
isn't.
you weren't in some way getting gratified at this area about this.
Gray area is not good enough. Okay.
Take this. You're 30. I'm assuming at least one of your parents is still alive.
All
If
right,
not, just take this to any
all
loved
right, you
one
said
and say, Is it weird for me to have this on my computer?"
why should I care what they think is weird?
You should care at
Do you
least what
think what
some people around you care. Okay, let me put it.
But I
Let's
don't.
do this. You don't care what they say, so why should we care about anything you say? Just let us call you. Let us think of you as a pedo and move on. Like, why do you care what we think?
Yeah,
We
you're
don't
the
care
one
what
who
you
came
think.
in here
Because
and
that's
you
called
got out.
slander. That's called
No, it is.
slander and libel, depending on whether you speak it out loud or write
Slander.
it on.
Yeah, isn't that slander as well?
Maybe it is, but why would you get
You,
mad if I did it to you?
you said you came in and you
You
started
you
talking
should just be
about.
able to ignore it, right?
You said you came in here and started shit talking digital overlord, and then you said, "I don't even know you." You were just trying to get into an argument. So in a way, you were slandering him, even though you don't know him, just to activate this argument. So you're accusing us of slander, but you're willing to do that yourself. Furthermore, nobody even heard of you until you came in here. So you
Which is
caused this
no,
on yourself.
Brandon definitely heard heard of me before I came here.
After you came at him, you came at his TikTok.
Well, I came at you a long time ago. You just don't remember.
Okay, but so you admit that you came at him. So you're accusing us of slandering you when you're the one on the attack and starting all this shit and want everything explained to you. How is it slander? You came in here and opened the floodgates and try to get us to side with you on, like, oh, okay, that's not
I-
childlike.
I'm not
You're the
trying to
one that
get you to
brought this.
side with me.
You're not even. You came in here today and started this. This is not slander. You brought on yourself. But I'm looking at, like, all your past tweets. You have a shit ton of old tweets where you're just trying to defend yourself and saying, like, loli is not pedophilia. So this isn't the first time that you're dealing with this. It sounds like you focus a great deal of your time trying to justify it, arguing with people.
And
That is not normal.
and
That is not healthy.
and there's
No,
problem. There's
like
another
I
problem.
said
Here's another
again,
problem.
I'm not. It's not about defending the content. It's about defending the people who enjoy the content.
Why do you go so much out of your way to try to get people to agree with you?
People you don't
This,
know, by the way.
Why does it matter to you if we agree with you or not?
because I'm trying to present facts, and you are not accepting
Why?
facts.
But
You are
again,
just trying
you.
to hold on to any excuse you can to call people a
No,
pedophile.
dude, you came here and instigated this. You are the one that wanted this argument. We never heard of you before. So you are the one
I
that brought
didn't
the
ask for
subject to us.
this.
So
I didn't ask for this. I
why
wanted
do you
something on
care?
like Modern Day Debate or
Why
one of
do
the
you
YouTube channels where there's a much wider audience, not something
you are
where we're
not
confined to a bunch of your friends.
And what is this like? What is like? No, just a second. Like you're making so much bullshit. I'm like losing track of everything you're saying, and you're saying a lot of loaded shit. Firstly, what Konosuke said. You came in here guns blazing. You was started shitting on other people when you're calling them idiots and everything, and you're expecting us to be nice to you, and that is
I never
ignoring. That is
once
me
said I
ignoring.
expected to be
Shut up for a
nice.
second. Shut the fuck up for a second. You
No,
retard.
no,
You
I
fucking
never once.
pedophile. Shut the
I
fuck up.
never once. Show
Can
me
you
the
mute
part
him for
where
a
I
bit?
asked
Can
any
you
of you
mute
to be
this
nice.
idiot?
The
Can you mute
the
this
only
pedophile for a bit? Can you so I
the
can
only
finish and then he can unmute himself?
no, you told me to
Can you?
shut
Can
up.
anyone?
You wanted to
Can
say
anyone?
something. So
Yeah,
shut.
because shut the fuck up, you retard.
Bader, what is the question?
You talk like you have a dick in your mouth. Okay, your internet is fucking shit. You broke ass bitch. Let me talk for a bit. You came in here guns blazing at Konosuke. You came in here calling us like came in here like act like shit talking us. You expect us to be nice to you? You want a modern debate? You fucking idiot. The second thing you were going to say, you talked about slander. First thing first, slander has like whatever you think slander is, it's not true. Slander is basically like for it to be slander, Mr. Anime would have to lose his job. He would have to lose his livelihood. His real life has to be affected. Konosuke calling Mr. Anime a pedophile is not affect like Konosuke saying whatever he's saying about Mr. Anime is not affecting his real life. That is what accounts as slander. You can literally go to court and whatever accusation is not affecting someone's real life, that's not slander, and the court case will be shut down right then and there. Thirdly, um, thirdly, you saying that you coming here, you want us to prove to you when you're the one going out of your way to do it. Well, like what sense does this make? It is up to you to explain to us how you're not, and you're completely failing at that. Fourthly, you were talking about how you don't care you don't care about what we have to say and everything, and we're ignoring facts. Why the fuck are you here then? Get the fuck out of here.
Show me any part where I said I wanted you to be nice to me.
Then why the fuck are you expecting a nice debate with us? That's my point. I'm not crying about you being mean to us, but what is with you crying about us being mean to you? You fucking idiot.
I I think it's clear that neither side,
And I
neither us,
already explained how that works.
Gerant, I think it's clear that neither you nor us are going to change our minds on this. So why continue? Like, why does it matter? Like, what's the point of going on, right? Because
Why are you still
you're
here?
not going to change your mind. We're going to still think you're a pedophile, whether you like it or not. It's not slander because you walked into this. You brought this to us. We're just sharing an opinion based on the evidence you provided us. If you don't like that,
You're not
you
sharing
can't.
an opinion. You're
Okay,
asserting
what do you
as fact that which is not a fact.
say?
And you're not
You have
asserting
not.
any facts
One
either.
second. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to
I'm
do
not
about
really
it? You
sure
asked
I
me
told you
earlier.
anything about
You
it.
asked earlier, like, what are we going to do about the fact that you like loli? Well, we can't until you slip. My question to you is, we're going to keep calling you a pedo. What are you going to do about it?
I guess I'll just keep calling you a schizo. I mean, if I could
Okay.
get away with it,
I'm
I'd
not.
be
I'm
sending
not
a
going to throw
barrage
a
of
temper
racial slurs your
tantrum, and
way.
I'm not going to go into your Discord and cry about it. So my question is, again, what are you going to do about it? You can call me whatever you want. I don't care because you're clearly
No, I
mentally
can't call
ill.
you whatever I want because calling people whatever I want is how I got suspended on Twitter. So that's not really
Oh,
an
that's
option.
interesting.
For some reason, calling someone a pedophile on Twitter is not against the rules, but calling them a retard is for some reason.
Why are you complaining to us about how Twitter is mean? Like we all agree Twitter is fucking retarded.
Look,
I
sorry, go
tried
on,
to.
Goddess.
Yeah, that is telling me, oh, you act like you have a vagina. Yeah,
I think
that's
you have a.
sexist.
I think I'm getting what's going on. He, on top of the pedophilia, he has a fetish for being degraded.
No,
It does sound like it
Why
because
are
you're
you
still
still
here
here?
taking all this
neither of
shit.
those are correct.
But they kind of are.
They are nowhere near.
Or prove me wrong.
It's not on me to disprove that.
Well, then, but
You
it's not
still
on
have
me to
yet,
stop calling you a
still have
pedo
yet
and somebody who likes to be degraded.
you still have yet to name one
I don't
child
have
you
to.
attract.
You can't. I
Yes,
don't
you
have to.
do.
Why? I
Yes, you
can just
do.
keep calling you a
Because
pedo. You can't. You
that's
can't
what
stop me
qualifies
from
as
calling you a
evidence.
pedo. I'm not the one that's getting butthurt because about being called a pedo. You are. If you don't like it, there's the disconnect button right there.
Which
But you
lolis
know
would
why you're not
Jeffrey
going to press
Epstein?
it? Because you're
You
getting off on this.
Which
and
lolis was
you're
Jeffrey
crying.
Epstein attracted to?
And wait a
I
second.
don't
And the fact
follow.
you're
He
crying
probably
about
had Loli though.
projection. You're saying that anyone who projects it are the ones guilty, right? That is basically what you were saying, which is why you call Konosuke a pedophile. You know what's another thing to consider someone a pedophile? The fact that you're this butthurt and you're this defensive about this tells me that you're actually a pedophile.
If you weren't,
The fact that you're still here, talking in circles, speaking in riddles, and just like saying, like just naming it as facts, and you're still here degrading yourself.
that's the
And yes,
thing.
there is the evidence. The fact that you still is a proof that you like to be degraded because nothing you're saying is making sense. The
That's
fact
the
that you're
thing.
still here and
It'll
you're
fit.
arguing in circles, it means that you're a pedophile. I was not finished, Riley, but go ahead.
Okay. If you didn't feel the need to justify yourself, like you said, if you didn't feel the need to justify yourself, you wouldn't still be here and argue. You know how your username there says not Riley is a pedo? It just rolls off my
Wait,
back because I
so
know it's
you're
not true.
saying, so what you're saying is if I just left the chat right now, you would accept that as proof that I'm not a pedophile?
No, you're still a pedophile
Oh,
to me.
You're
Don't
still a
bust.
pedophile, but you don't like to be
but no,
degraded.
no, me leaving the group chat would disprove that.
Why would it
No,
disprove that?
like
Just
Yeah,
that
yes,
is
it
not
would.
what we were. That is not what we were like.
That's
That is
exactly
not what
how
a
it works.
correlation is.
By your logic,
If
that
you're
is
going
how
to
it
let me
works.
finish, if you're going to let me finish
I
instead of
don't want to let you finish.
Wait,
if
let's be real.
you
He's just a dumb pedophile. He's just a dummy.
Gia,
He's just a dummy.
Gia, wait, Gia, so wait, just a bit. I'm being interrupted for far too long. The fact that you're covering your ears and screaming la 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 la, like I'm not discussing. I'm talking about like the fact that you like to be degraded. The fact that you steal instead of clicking on the disconnect button, that just proves to me that you like to be degraded. Never have I mentioned pedophilia. The reason I mentioned pedophilia is that you're this defensive and you're this angry about this, which tells me something. But the fact that you have not disconnected yourself tells me you like to be degraded, which is what Riley was saying. If you
So
don't
if
care, then
I
why are you saying it?
disconnected, then that would disprove what you're saying.
Yes, like if you disconnect right now, then yeah, it proves
You
to me that you don't like to be degraded.
already did ask one, Brandon.
Correct.
You already just did again. I'm not really sure if you really leaked your name out online. The only reason I know it is because of Misteranime, but
your God.
he didn't have me come up. He didn't send me over. I'm not representing him. I'm representing myself.
Wait,
No, he shared your
representing.
video. He didn't tell me to go say something to you. I wanted to have, you know,
You
I
wait a
wanted to
second,
have a debate on
Konosuke.
whether
He shot
I
himself
wanted.
in the foot for the 100th time. You saying you're here to represent yourself, but the video, like nothing Konosuke said was about you. It was about Mr. Anime. So how are you representing yourself? You feel this feels to Mr. Anime?
That's because the time I I I never complained. No, I didn't.
Yeah, you
I believe
slandered
the time I
critical overlord.
interacted with you before, I was using a name. I think it was no. I'm talking about the time before. When I said I interacted with you on Twitter, I believe I was using the name Butterstick Cookie Batch, which is a parody of Benedict Cumberbatch. So that's probably why you don't recognize me. Okay, yes, I like to start fights. I never once complained about the outcome.
You were complaining. You were complaining. You were talking about you expected a nice VC.
I never
That's what
once
you said.
asked you to be nice.
Then why were you saying that? Why did you need to feel to mention that?
I didn't.
You did. Everyone heard you. Like you, we actually remember what you say and what we say.
I wanted a 1v1 on something like modern day debate or whatever the other. I guess I
Can
can't really
somebody
expect you to, but
can somebody read out? Can somebody read
I
out
thought
loud the
at
tweets
first I
I
thought
posted?
you would be up for it, but then you said, "Oh, get Misteranime to do it." I was like,
But that was before. Wait, Konosuke, just a second. He said like you was like he was talking about how we told him to get Mr. Anime there. That was after you started calling Konosuke a pedophile. So don't even play
no, that
victim on
was
that, my
before.
boy.
When I went at him
No.
on TikTok, I said I wanted the debate, and he said, "Oh, you're a Mr. Anime." He just immediately assumed I was Mr. He assumed I was representing Mr. Anime when I really just wanted to have a debate on the topic itself.
Konosuke, can you give me the screenshot? Yeah, let me look.
Can I bring up something else while you guys look for that?
Yeah, go ahead.
One of your Twitter, now gone, but one of your Twitter messages from the past was, "What are the keywords for this GIF or GIF, whatever you want to call it, so I don't have to type in child porn in the GIF bar?" Why, like the fact that you have to find an alternate way to write child porn, is that it's not? How do you justify that? Because it sounds like child porn, it was one way to find this GIF that you were looking for. But you're asking if there's a way to get that whatever GIF that GIF was without typing in child porn. This is in troll jail, by the way. No response.
He assumed that I was there to represent Mr. Anime, but I really just wanted to debate any anti, and you're the first. You're the one I think I can. The only one I can think I can find off of Twitter. It's what I'm saying is it's not up to you what someone else's intentions are. You just because you believe I was trying to represent Misteranime doesn't mean that that's what I was actually there to do.
Yeah,
It's
but we can have
something.
an idea.
It's more like. It's more like if you're at work and you're competing with someone else for a promotion, you think you can do a better job at. I think I can do a better job at debating this topic than Misteranime can.
And you haven't responded to what your your past tweet has said, where you said, what are the keywords to this gift, so I don't have to type child porn into the gift bar. You have not
You
brought
know,
up that whatsoever. You have just glossed over it.
I never once said that.
Yes, there. I'm looking at it right now.
I don't put it in put it in troll jail. Uh, uh, oh, I think there was a GIF that actually said the words. I think that text was within the GIF itself, and I wanted the GIF, but I didn't want to type those words into the GIF bar. If that, because I can't even remember what GIF it was. You know, have you ever seen the 20th Century Fox intro video? But instead of saying 20th Century Fox, it says I don't give a fuck.
what are you going at?
Let me see if I can find a GIF.
Just get with your point. What point are you trying to make here? Are we waiting for him to make some kind of joke? What is he trying to get at?
No, I'm putting a GIF in the troll jail. I
Fuck, I
think
don't give a fuck.
I
What is the
think
point
the
of that?
GIF was. I think the GIF was something similar to that, but it had the words on it that I didn't want to type in the GIF bar.
It's basically someone who made a video on Misteranime. But like you came here to defend Misteranime. You were here to defend the honor of Misteranime. What you said in this, like I'm looking at your whole reply with Konosuke. What you said is really interesting. So can you tell me, like you said that you know as well as I do, he's not good at debate. Then why did he come here to debate Grimsby in the first place?
It's just I just find it to be an interesting topic and want to debate on it because there
Not
are.
you. I never said that you're bad at debate. I said that I said that Misteranime is bad at debates. So why did he come in a debate when he knows he's shit at it to debate about Lolicon? It like whether you think it's pedophilia or not, it's a very spicy topic, and he still came in here like recorded himself to debate about Lolicon. Like
Why
if
did
I'm
he?
not good at mechanical engineering, I would not do it. If I'm
You'd have
stuck
to
at
ask
debate, I
him
would
why.
not do it.
You'd have to ask him why he does it then. I don't know.
I mean, you know him pretty well.
I don't know
You
why
know him pretty
someone
well.
else. I can't. I don't know why someone else does anything, and it's not up to me to say why they do it.
I mean, but you know him. You said that you know as well as Conjugate as he sucks at debate.
That doesn't mean I know why he participates in debates.
Fair point. You need to ask your friend about that. But go ahead. Were you aware about his fan fiction about Eri, Sarada, all these characters?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what Konosuke said in his video about him.
He mentioned the tags, right? Have you looked at this picture too?
I haven't.
Misteranime thinks she's a loli. Do you think she's a loli?
Sorry, I was
Yes,
gone.
Okay. How is she a loli?
because she fits the art style for one.
How? What? What features?
Stylized anime character, very large head compared to the rest of the body, very large eyes.
Are all little girls in anime lolis?
And that art
No
that
one.
that art style
Alright.
can be also be debated for chibi. Chibi, the cute little, characters.
The
That's
word he
not what it.
mentioned is hormonal.
I think
The
Chibi's
word
a
he
little
mentioned is
different than
hormonal
that.
features. The word he mentioned is hormonal features. None of the thing about Eri is anything hormonal. And the second thing is like he could not even explain like how when I asked him like are all anime characters, all anime little girls lolly, he just can't answer that. So there you go.
All right, first
So
off,
are you hmm.
loli requires, the Japanese art style or an art style that looks like, how people argue whether Lost Anime or Lost Airbender is anime or not. And I'm not talking about the movie. I'm talking about the TV
You're
show.
arguing you're basically doing the whole go around. It's a close-ended question. Yes or
No,
no?
I'm
Are all anime little girls lollies? Simple as
no,
that.
no.
No. Go ahead because I wanted to do a follow-up, but go ahead. Yeah, sure. No, no, it's okay. Read it with Eri. Read the Eri one. That is the more damning thing. Um, so are you seeing like go full chapters or like are you seeing like the button all chapters? If you scroll down, you'll see Eri. I think it's either chapter 3 or chapter 4. Scroll down a bit.
I want to say that I was, but in truth, I wasn't.
Oh, so you wow.
So you want to say? I already pulled the picture. I already pulled the picture. He said it's a loli.
Yeah, she's from My Hero Academia, and she's basically a child, not even a fucking loli.
Yeah, and she is 6 years old.
What? Why should I care?
Then why are you arguing?
Why do you care if he writes it?
Because people like you
Because
shouldn't
we want to
exist.
make fun of people. That's why we care. We want to make fun of people. Why are you here?
I mean, if you want to make fun of him, sure, just don't be throwing
We
around
are
false
making fun of him.
accusations.
We are making fun of him.
No. Wrong. Pedophilia requires real children.
Ask that to
Going over this over.
Who said he wanted to be near a school?
you're finding every excuse in the book to just
Probably
gratify
isn't good
yourself
enough.
over.
Probably isn't good enough.
Why are you keep dancing around the like all our actual questions? You keep going around, keep trying to make a new excuse or you move the goal every single time.
And not only
I
that,
never once moved any goalpost.
Most of these
Not only is
questions
he-
we've given are yes or no questions. We've just given a lot of them are yes or no questions, and you have never given us a straight answer whatsoever. We have
Ask
we
one
had
of
tried,
them
and
then.
you have never given us a straight answer.
not only is
And
he being
Ask
moving
one
the
of
you
them.
were saying,
goalpost, but he he challenged us to the game, and he's upset if we don't if like you get upset if we call you a pedophile, but you're the one that initiated the
Well,
game
no.
and then moved the
Now at
goalpost.
this point, I just think you're using it as a swear word. So
Well,
go
it's
go
not.
ahead and
It's a
ask one of the
descriptor
questions.
of
Now, what
a real problem.
what'd you say? It's a problem that I just see it as a swear word now.
No, I said that the word pedophile is a descriptor of a problem, a mental problem, a problem of society, something that should be getting rid of. Like
No,
disease
you're using it
and
as a
other things
swear
like that.
word.
No, I'm calling you that because I believe you factually are a pedophile. It's not a
No,
swear
you're
word.
just using it as a swear word.
If you find offense to it, then you should seek why it offends you. Because I am not calling. You don't call.
Because I
If
don't need to
somebody
seek
kills
why.
some. If
I'll tell you why it offends me, and I don't even need to look up why it offends me. If you call someone a pedophile, you are definitively trying to start a fight. There is no universe in which you call someone a pedophile and you're not trying to start
Okay.
a fight.
What is your current username?
If you do that, on the streets to someone, you are trying to get the
I
rest of the
didn't go to
crowd
the street.
to dogpile
You
them.
came to us. I didn't go to a random person on the
All right.
street
So
and
you
call
can't
him a
think
pedo.
hypothetically.
You came here and say, "Hey, look," you started talking shit
everybody
here.
in the-
So you're the one that started the fight. One, two. You said that if you go call somebody a pedo, those are fighting words. Your name has me as a pedo. I don't care. It's not affecting me because I don't associate with that word. You have a definitive problem with that word, which is why you want us to. You don't like the fact that we call you that. If you don't like it, tough. Move on.
You're the one
and
getting all angry about it. We
and
we don't care. You called Kono a pedo. He doesn't give a shit.
and,
You're
and
the
just
He
only
to
can
add
one
get
up
here
to
whatever he
what
getting
wants.
Riley was saying,
angry. You're the only one getting angry here.
I'm
I
not
just want
getting
to add up
angry.
to what Riley was saying. I just want to add up to what Riley was saying. Like you said, like pedophile is a fighting word. Okay. Konosuke was like having fighting words with Misteranime, not you. Where did you come from?
I
What
did
hole
not.
did you from?
I did not once get angry. What country do you think I'm from?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. Yeah, you gotta be somewhat angry because there's no way you threatened to actually fight. someone you don't even know, you're probably never gonna even see him in person. The fact that you are willing to threaten to fight him means you are angry in some type of way. It doesn't matter. You can say that you're not, but we can hear it from here. You are angry.
No, you can't. What country do you think I'm from?
Just
Australia,
now
New
you just
Zealand?
angry.
We just said that.
Just now you're angry.
New
Ju-
Zealand.
judging
Just
by
you yourself.
you think I'm from New Zealand?
Yeah.
Okay, so now what country do you think I'm from?
New Zealand.
Really?
What point does that? What does that have?
It means
Are
that
you
Wait, what is your point here?
what I'm saying is if I was angry, I would probably drop the fake New Zealand accent and start talking in my American accent like I'm doing right now.
You call that an American act? Is that a joke?
That's not
Is it
American.
guys, is it April 1st again?
Yeah, I'm like, what?
That is a
No way,
worse attempt in America. Like English people are
no way
usually
in
good
fucking hell
at
you're
American
from
accent.
America.
Not that you're English,
Are
but
you seriously?
you,
Are you
you
seriously saying
that is not an
you are
American
seriously
accent, dude.
convinced that I'm from New Zealand?
Yes.
Well, I guess I accomplished that goal.
Yeah, why? Were you gonna try to disprove it?
I don't know what state you live in.
Damn, that was fast, Con.
Of course, it would be. Of course, it would be. Of course, he would know which state he lives in.
It's a Jersey thing.
I don't think so. No, I don't.
wait,
I don't
wait
live
a second.
around. I don't border New Jersey.
Wait a second. So let's say if like okay, so you want to fight Konosuke over this. Will you travel to New Jersey?
Oh, fuck, I forget this guy's name because he changed his name to my name.
Forget about him.
Digital
Focus
Overlord.
on me.
You
Focus
could
on me.
probably look at your name if you need help with that.
Digital Overlord. All right.
Why are you
Since we're all
focusing on
being,
digital overlord? I asked you a question. Answer that yes or no.
hold on,
Are
I'm
you
going to.
now that you know where Konosuke is in New Jersey? Will you fly all the way? Like, will you go to all the way to New Jersey to fight Konosuke over Lolicon? Yes or no?
Probably not. I would have to actually. I would have to actually like cross paths with him accidentally for me to want that. But e- e- even still,
Then
Yeah,
why
and
were you
what was the
talking mad shit?
point?
well,
Like
maybe
you
maybe
kept
I
Why were
like
you
you a
talking?
little bit more
but
now
like
that we.
now
You
that you're
know,
given the opportunity, you do not want to fight. What does
no,
that
maybe
say?
I just. I'm just saying, maybe I like you a little bit better now that we've got
likes you.
to sit down and have a conversation.
So that means you were getting off on us shitting on you. Fucking retard.
Oh,
No,
At, at this point, what are you doing here? You've been proven multiple times that you're just here to get your rocks off. Like I don't even know.
He said
What the
himself.
fuck?
He likes Konosuke now that he's being an asshole.
Yeah.
no, I like Konosuke now. He's being a less of an asshole.
so are you not from New Zealand?
No, I'm not from New Zealand.
Why'd you put New Zealand under your location for your
Oh, because
account?
that's because when I first started, I forget how I even got into the.
He's trying. He's really trying.
Yeah, I mean, it actually is kind of hard to even my real accent is kind of hard to switch right back to. But the reason
it's
I
not.
put that in there is because I know that loli is illegal in New Zealand, so I just kind of put that in there to fuck with people who
Literally does
who
not make
know
sense.
that it's illegal in New Zealand.
So you were
That don't make
pretending to
any
be a criminal? That's what you're saying? You were pretending to be a criminal?
Yeah.
Okay,
Actually do
whatever.
that.
Okay. All right. I just want to focus on your New Zealand accent. You said that it's hard for you to switch. The only way it will be hard for you to switch if that is something you've adapted to it for a long time, and that can only happen when you're living there. For example, if I'm speaking in an American accent, if I'm living in India, I would not have that unless I'm speaking
Right.
it for the rest of my life. You apparently look like apparently you're only doing this for trolling us. So
No,
that is mean
I
that
mean
you
when I'm
don't do it
talking like
always.
this, when I'm talking like this, and then I switch to talking like this, I don't know. Konosuke said that my American
Does he still
accent
sound
sounds
American
fake,
to you?
and that you're convinced that I'm from New Zealand. But yeah, when I talk like this, and then I go play my recordings back, I feel like my New Zealand accent sounds fake. So
He tried to switch. So does it? He tried to switch. Does anyone convince that he's American after he switched to a different accent?
No, it like the accent you were just doing. It sounded more Australian than New Zealand. The voice you have now, that is New Zealand.
wait, the voice I have, this voice right now, you think sounds New Zealand?
Yes.
I don't know what part of New Zealand you've been to, but
I
from
don't
what
know if
I've
you ever heard what an American sounds like.
all right.
I'm
Anyway,
talking. We are surrounded.
let's
This
get to the
server is
reason.
surrounded by Americans. This server is surrounded by Americans, and the only one we're confused about is you.
Let's go back to what I was
Yeah,
why I brought this up.
you
Okay,
shot yourself in the foot. Okay.
what I'm talking right now is my real voice, whether you think it's American or not. But if I was angry, I would probably not be. I'd probably not be able to hold this voice at all.
So you would switch to your New Zealand
You're getting
accent?
gratified. That's why. This is from a week ago, and trust me, it does not look any better below the line that I'm screenshotting. This is straight up. This is like there is no denying these are children. Like if I am like I feel bad that I'm even seeing this, but rest assured, everything below this,
What the fuck?
no human on earth would deny that these are childlike features.
Well, you also have to factor in everything above that line too.
You mean the faces or the fact that you
Yeah.
renoted this?
You've said yourself that you only focus on the the main if they have breast or enlarged hips.
I
Why are you
never,
now?
s-
No,
I
yes,
never
you did.
said.
Yeah, now
I
you're
never
swapping
said
it
that's
to.
the only thing I like about them.
But none of the pictures you posted has any. None of the
I
pictures you
said,
posted has any of the things that you're liking. But you're
I
still
said,
making it. What the fuck?
I said breasts and hips they disqualify them from pedophilia.
These little girls here in these pictures do not have breasts
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
or
those.
hips.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so
Yes,
No,
it
no,
then
no,
is.
no.
you find children that are like 13 and up. You find those attractive then because some 13 and older have breasts and hips. So would you say you find those attractive? Wouldn't you say you would find those in your words? Wouldn't you find that attractive?
Make it so that I can send pictures and image messages and troll jail, and I will disprove. I will prove to you that secondary sex characteristics are pedophilia disqualifiers.
No, we got you covered. There's no need for that. We got you covered.
No, there clearly is a need for it
I mean, it clearly is
because
not. This
because you're
came
not
from you.
accepting the facts.
No, maybe because you're denying that you're a pedophile. Everyone
Yeah,
has proved that you're a
because
pedophile, and you're just covering your ears, closing your eyes, and screaming la 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 la. That's what you're
no,
doing.
what you don't
Just like how
understand.
you
You
Just
contradict
because
yourself
you
so many
believe that
damn
someone's a
times.
pedophile doesn't mean that
just
they are.
like just like how you just like how you're trying to convince us that you're talking in an American accent when you tried, and you're not able to convince Americans over here, and a guy who's speaking to Americans right here.
I'll tell you what.
So
if you actually think I'm from New Zealand, and if you think it,
That's not
and
the point right
therefore,
now. We're
if
talking
you
about
think I'm
this.
actually
We don't give a
doing
damn that if you're
something
from
illegal
New
in
Zealand or
New
not.
Zealand,
We don't
then
give a
just
damn.
go ahead and
We
call
want
the
you
New
to
Zealand police.
You can
to us. You're a
you can
pedophile.
be you can be from Japan and I don't give a fuck. What I'm laughing about is that you're literally trying to convince us you're American and you're clearly not. Or you're not currently living there. You're living somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We don't give a damn where you're from.
No, I'm just saying that we're not fucking stupid people. He's not convincing anyone of anything.
Dude, this your miskey.io, whatever that website is filled with clearly little girl drawings. There's no person on earth other than you
He left.
people that would argue
He
that these
left.
aren't little girls.
He left. Oh my god.
Oh, must be an internet problem. Raleigh, he wants you to piss on his hands too. Please go ahead.
Anyway, clearly you are a bunch of stupid people because you can't even.
The fact coming from a guy who's shifting his goalpost, who can't explain shit, who's literally shooting himself in the foot over and over, and is like he's getting caught. Who are you trying to fool here? Does he know?
My feet are
Konosuke,
perfectly
does he
fine.
know that you're recording him?
It's funny. You came in here guns blazing, think that you were gonna own all these noobs, and you're getting shit on by everybody. And not only that, this isn't going to go away tonight because all this has been recorded.
Oh,
Welcome to Konosuke Survey, baby.
it's gonna go away. Yeah, but it,
What Konosuke is saying, we're going to use you to shit on Misteranime even further. So thank you for the content.
Thank you very much for your time.
Who's that
All right.
fine young gentleman in that picture?
Oh my god. If like that girl
Does-
should be staying away from him.
Does your
Look
friend
at
know
that.
about your little hobby? Should she know? Geron?
hold on, I'm trying to.
No, just stay quiet.
Troll
No,
jail. Scroll down.
yeah, I know what happened.
Hmm.
That's not me.
Mm-hmm.
You're seriously trying to use Google to. Like,
Yeah,
You're
that's
seriously trying to use the worst excuse for an American accent to pretend that you're from America. And,
you know, the guy in that
I
picture is not even there.
use literally Google to find everything else about you, and
Yeah,
everything
well,
else about you right now has been accurate. So why shouldn't that be?
because that's
I
Final Master MODX.
what?
Hold on a second.
What's his
Let me
name
get.
again?
Let me show how. Let me show you how fucking dumb you are.
Are you going to show a selfie above the belt? I hope
About the what?
the belt.
No, go ahead. Show us how dumb you are.
Show us your face.
Hold on.
Why would it
Take
take
your time,
that
take
long?
your time.
Are you on a phone? Just turn on your camera. I'll show my face if you show yours. Deal? Why is this taking so long? Should not
Because
take
I'm
this
trying
long.
to find the profile of that guy that you posted.
No,
Did you
just show
go
us your
to-
face.
Oh my god! Oh
Show
my
us your face.
god,
Come
babe.
on.
You myself for it.
I want to show you who that guy is, though.
No, show us your face. Please. Prove it by showing your face.
Sorry,
What the?
that was legal. That was legal.
Buddy, show your
Bro,
face.
bro, it should not take this
Prove us
long.
wrong.
Fuck is he?
Why is this person's picture associated with not only your name but your miskey.io page? And when I click it, it takes you to your pedo loli infested page. Like how? Google did something
It
wrong?
doesn't.
It
It
doesn't?
doesn't.
It doesn't.
Can you screen
How,
share,
how
Ali?
about you? How about you reword that to when I click on this, it sends me to your page?
What did I say?
Because I'm just going to pick apart whatever words you want to use.
Just because you
Yeah,
take
you
words
know-
apart does not make you correct. It just makes you unwilling to accept that you are a failure.
Oh,
It's impossible to accept something that's not true. That's you seem to not be able to get that.
I don't
I mean,
need
it is
you.
delusion.
I don't need you to accept it to know it's true. So
You have to be able to show that it's true
I don't have to
in
show
order to
anything.
know that it's
I
true.
mean, I already did. It's not my
What,
look.
what do,
If
what do you think it
somebody,
means to know something? No, you haven't shown it.
you know, there are people who literally kill other people, and when they're called murder, I'm like, no, you don't have any proof. Like, just because they pretend that they don't know that they're murderers doesn't mean they're not murderers.
I would say that it's not murder if the person called you a pedophile before you did it.
Well, you also discussed
what-
that the thing that you like about lolly pictures is like the big boobs and the hips. And I found your Miski page, which is nothing but girls with no boobs, no hips. They literally look like little girls. So that right there denies everything you said earlier on in this conversation. And yeah, anybody can go to Google, type in those words. I believe it will be the second picture and it'll go right to your disgusting page. Although it's disgusting, be aware. So
You can call it disgusting,
you still
but
haven't
it's
found
not pedophilia infested.
still haven't-
Nothing
you
in
haven't
there
found-
needs to.
You said you were going to get us the Facebook of this gentleman here. Can you please get retrieve it for us quickly?
Oh, I didn't say the Facebook.
Find the
He
picture.
followed me on. I'm trying to find it. Maybe he
How hard
doesn't
is
have
it?
that.
I have a
I'm
whole
trying.
I have
Mhm.
an whole picture filled with Konosuke's pictures for personal
Because-
reasons.
Because I never screenshotted this guy's profile, so I'm trying to.
Why would you
I-
take a screenshot of his, of him and what we assume is be a loved one?
Also,
Because you
Just
think he's
because-
me.
I
So
should try
this
to
is just-
contact this person though, or her friend.
Yeah,
you know,
might be a good idea.
you know, a quick fix
See-
to that is just show us your face, and there you go.
Yeah,
His
the ultimate
wife-
That's
proof.
the quickest way.
This guy's wife already knows that he's into that stuff.
Right, but you claim not to be that person. The easiest thing you can do right now by disproving it is, as Bader said, just turn on your camera. Give a
No
reason
video.
why you
This
wouldn't.
channel has special permissions to use video in it. You'll need someone like a server moderator or admin
Motherfucker
to
dodging.
change your.
He is
This is-
dodging.
This is a public server.
Bro, stop.
You
stop
willingly
being a
came
fucking
here.
Pussy.
Nobody
Bro,
forced you.
stop being a fucking pussy and show your face. Literally, I'm at work. You are such a fucking coward.
No, you.
You know
If you
why
look in
he's into
the
little
text
kids?
chat, you'll fucking see it's 2000 IQ.
You know why he's into little kids? That is because he is mentally a child. So can you call him a pedo?
What the hell?
You muted.
Yeah.
I do believe I
Fucking
understood the
moron.
sign language part of it. He said, "I love you all. Here's my autograph."
Like, you can use that. Okay. We got that herb, so I'm gonna do some with you, okay?
Well, we're still waiting on this picture or you to turn on your camera. What's your excuse for not doing either?
Well, if Konosuke, check your
Penis.
inbox.
Post this here.
I mean, I doubt this is the only picture of you on the internet. You know, I'm pretty good at this thing. So
All right, let me go back to yell at each other.
at that point, he owned us all.
Oh, now you're just giving me ideas.
And then you would go to jail because Giash is underage.
Wait, who is?
Nobody. Go on.
You have you have a not safe for work section in your Discord channel, and you have
He's an
you have
adult.
minors in here.
Gias is not looking at
You're
that.
joking, idiot.
He
And
was
Gias
getting worried there
don't-
for a sec.
Mm-hmm.
Gias, do you have access to NSFW? Yeah.
Because he's black.
So what are you on
right?
about?
Racist.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do.
You're right,
Oh shit!
I'm
Show
going
us
to
your full face.
I'm
Show
going
us
to
that
hang up.
beautiful neck beard.
It's the
Wait, you
it's the
can
Show us
missing
the
needles.
beautiful neck beard.
Oh, okay. Now my camera's working.
Yeah.
Hello.
Thank-
Yeah, that does
Thank
look
you
like
for
a
doing
different person.
Oh, I'm Professor Jesus.
I would say the missing meth head beetle.
Go ahead, see if I can.
Great. Thank you. Wish you would have done this sooner.
Well, I applaud you for saving the life of this poor chap in that picture and his girlfriend's sister. He's
What do you
been
mean it's
spared.
Ultimate W. That's an ultimate W.
girlfriend's sister? What you mean, like like your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate or something like that?
Yes, that's right. Spaceballs. Damn it, Konosuke. You have so many damn channels. Every time I pull away from troll jail, I have a hard time finding it. There, I'm back.
I told him.
I would say this doesn't qualify as a debate or any kind of
Yes, it
argument.
you
does.
were holding
Yes,
back,
it
huh?
does.
You were
No, it
showing
doesn't.
1% of your power, huh? You were not going 400%.
This isn't a 1v1 with equal time with an audience with a live
What do you think
audience.
this is, a TV show?
Hey,
This is a
get
YouTube
Dr.
channel,
Phil on him.
for Christ's sake.
Hey, Konosuke, get Dr. Phil on this shit.
Wait, so you say you have more important things to do as adults, and that somehow includes bitching about cartoon characters?
Were you not the one that came here and brought this subject up?
We weren't even gonna be doing this at all. This was completely out of the blue. This is just not. This wasn't planned whatsoever.
Well,
We're just
we
gonna have a
don't
chill
even need
night.
to deny this.
Ask
We
yourself
don't
if
even need to deny this. We have nothing to do with our life. We have nothing to do with our life. No, wait a second. We have nothing to do with our lives, my guy. But are you here like trying to fight Konosuke over his lolicon opinion and trying to fight for a dude you don't know. You think that's a good utilization of time?
Like, it's not like we were trying to.
We are bums. What about you?
Do you know that so many people?
What what Konosuke what
Somebody-
Konosuke is saying is like we are bums for making fun of you in our free time, and you're a bum that is willing to fight another dude to defend the honor of a dude you don't know.
over something that's honestly not going to matter in the end. It's the internet. Who gives a shit? You're the
Over
one who came
cartoon
in here
characters.
angry over cartoon characters that you are the one getting pissy at. We just state our opinions, and you're the one coming at us.
He was only showing he's only showing 1% of his power.
Did you
He
know
could
that?
go full autistic mode.
Did you know that throwing the word pedophile around a lot actually normalizes pedophilia?
Whoop,
Oh
whoop,
dear.
no.
Yes, it does. Yeah, yes, it is. And I'll tell you how that's going to work. I'll tell
Yeah.
you how that's going to happen. All right. Let's say you see a guy at a playground and he's hitting on kids. You yell at him that he's a pedophile. You go to a crowd of people and you say, "Hey, look, I found a pedophile over there." And let's say he got scared and ran off. What do you think? Why do you think the chances are 100% that you're talking about a person actually was hitting on, a little
Get
kid?
to the fucking
And
point.
what makes you
Get to the
what
fucking
makes you
point or
think
don't
that
talk to it.
90%? Anytime someone calls someone a pedophile nowadays, I just immediately assume that they're bitching about an anime cartoon character.
Well, that's you, not on us.
That's a you problem.
Doesn't normalize anything.
It's
It
not a
just
me problem. You're the one fucking.
No, when we think pedophile, we think someone. Oh shit, yeah, I wouldn't trust around that person around kids. Mm-hmm. It's not like we're not going out there, and you're the one putting out the idea that we're going out there yelling at random people. Fuck no, we're not doing that shit. We're just saying our own opinions. You're the one who's getting all pissy about it.
You're not giving opinions. You are asserting things as fact that are not true. You don't even know the difference between a fact and an opinion, do you?
This is just going in circles. I don't know what he's expecting out of this.
Yeah, like what?
He wants to be pissed on. He's literally getting pissed on his head, and he's drinking the piss. That's the whole point of this.
This one, I believe it.
You understand that they literally aren't.
They are. They are. Especially
on Miss.
There are no kids on the face of this entire planet. There are no kids that look like that. Which means they don't look like kids.
I don't know what the hell you think you're gonna achieve from this, man. Like you're making a fool out of yourself.
I just want to say this because he said something along the lines of, "Well, I don't think this is so. Like, it's easy to convince someone that they're pedophiles." No, it's not. If you have a delusions of grandeur, you would never accept that you have flaws, and that is your problem. You have delusions of grandeur, and there is nothing we can say to you that will ever convince you because you're fucking retarded and you're delusional. Simple as that.
And what makes you think I'm going to think any differently of you?
Because
don't.
this whole thing is recorded, we can just post it out there and let other people judge it. You're
Yeah.
going to look bad in
Not
We
us.
don't
We ain't
care
gonna
what
be the
you
villains
think
in
of
this
us.
story.
We
don't give a
don't.
shit.
All right, here's the deal. If you change my Discord name again, you're a pedophile.
What?
Oh my God!
Because-
we just went.
Because of
We
what
just
it
went
says
full
right now,
circle.
if you change
We
it to
have just went
anything that
full
doesn't
circle.
say that okay, if you have a
if there's
problem
a
with me,
point,
if you have a
if there's
problem
a
with me
point you're
changing my
making,
name to what it is now, if you change my name, that means you had a problem with what my name is now. So if you change it, you're a pedophile.
Why exactly?
or we just like to fuck with you.
That's
Why
not how
would
it
it-
works.
Why
If
would
We're just
it?
you
making fun of
change
you.
it,
How the hell is changing
you-
a name equal to being a pedophile? Doesn't make any damn sense.
you okay, you tried to say that my name was Pedo Lives Matter. I changed it to Pedo Lives Don't Matter. So if you change it to say anything else, then you are supporting pedophilia.
That's not how it works.
By your
No,
logic,
it does
that's
not.
how it
You are.
works.
Did somebody change his name?
Yeah, is that how it works down there?
Can
Yeah, 'cause it
can
doesn't
I
work
understand
like that in
something?
America.
Did he name himself Pedo Lives Matter, or did he? Or did? Okay, but
Um,
he wants his life, his nickname to be Pedo Lives Don't Matter, which makes sense, right? Because they don't matter.
wait,
Yeah,
if
Wait,
like
who's
I'm
the
going
one
to
who,
write a book about what makes a pedophile, and in the first thing I'll mention is that most of these pedophiles don't even know the meaning of the word pedophile. They'll just make shit up and say, "Oh, you're a
Neither do
pedophile," and
you.
this is the logic behind it.
Neither do you.
Pedophiles are people that are attracted to kids. And your whole definition is like, oh, if you change my name, that means you're a pedophile. That's not how it works, you fucking retard. Go read a book. Go Google it.
You think you can
These
be a
days people
pedophile
can
without
Google
being attracted to kids?
these
So
these days
And
these people can Google Google the meaning of the word. You don't even know what a pedophile is. You were just like throwing that word around over
I know
something you
exactly
don't know.
what it is.
Konosuke is a pedophile for thinking a bunch of people are pedophiles. We are all pedophiles for changing your name. Do you know what sense you're making? Like,
I ate
if
a
there's a point
sandwich.
you're trying
I
to
had a
make, you're
sandwich
3
earlier.
countries
My
away from it.
pedophile.
yeah, yeah.
Well, why
And
shouldn't I do it? If you don't think it's a slur, then why shouldn't I do it to you?
Well, why do you
we
complain about
don't
it?
care. You do care. We the, the,
Yeah.
the
So how
difference is
that doesn't
we
make
don't
sense?
care if you call us a pedophile, and you do because you were literally trying to fight a guy to defend Mr. Anime. Oh, because Konosuke called him a pedophile.
Are
So
you
yeah, you're defensive as fuck.
are you familiar with the Kafka trap fallacy?
You're defensive as
I,
Thankfully,
I
he's
Yeah.
never
who
If
said
gonna.
I wanted to,
if you ever had kids, which I highly doubt, I would call CPS.
who said I wanted to be around kids? My child isn't a loli. To
yeah.
no, no one in the real world meets the criteria for being a
And
loli.
there
It
we
is
go again.
physically
You
impossible
have
to
said
be
this
a.
how many times? You have said this how many times? And we've
It's got
disproven you
Cave got it.
multiple times
Cave got it.
because
No,
This guy's
haven't.
lost
using
cause.
your own words against you.
You
Cave
have
got it.
not proven. You have
Cave
not
Cave
once
got it.
proven
This guy is a
that
lost
a
cause.
real
I'm
person
going to
can
talk to
be
you
a
for
loli.
a bit. I'm going to talk to you for a bit. I think you fucked up there because you said that like you said something about like what about like if someone does a drawing of his kid, he should not have a kid. If he gets that kid, he's going to fucking rape that kid and whatnot.
Thank you
That
for
kid is
Honestly,
going to be
I
like
believe it.
My name is.
Same here.
I'd be scared for this child. From they should be protected from him.
Yeah, honestly.
But I don't think he'd ever have a kid. Have you seen how he looks? Fucking
Yeah.
ugly ass piece of shit.
You're the one. You're the one saying that kids are lolly. I'm not the one saying that.
That's what anyone said. That's what you think we said.
No,
Your
kids.
whole argument is that people who say that loli are represent children are pedophiles, but you're the only one making the like trying to justify looking at something that is remote. Like in your eyes, it's not associated to it, but it at some point you have to acknowledge that okay, they're based on something. They're based on reality. It comes back to the whole orange thing. You said I'd like the pretty orange. Okay, again, still the orange. So at the end of the day, you're the one that's fixated with trying to disprove that lolicon is not pedophilia. Right? You're coming at us
And
with
the
this.
proof is that
You're the one that.
children are not lollies.
Well, you're really in the minority to think that, and it's not going to change.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many people think that it.
All right. Well, then you
That-
have to accept that the majority of the world will see you like this.
Yeah.
It-
Then, like, why are you here? Why are you
That's
here?
called the ad populum fallacy.
All right. Well, you don't have an option. You don't have a
It
choice
has
because we're
never
not
once
changing our
proved
minds
anything
on it.
Yeah,
or
we're not
made
changing our
anything
mind.
true.
We're not. Only we're giving you the time of day right now is entertainment.
You're making strawman policies. You're making strawman policies. You're making whataboutism, and that is the
I'm
two
not.
that I'm
I've
remembering right
not made
now.
a single straw
Secondly,
man
yes,
argument.
you did. You did. We all heard you, and nothing you're saying makes sense. Firstly, and like I'll go ahead and just tell you, I'll give you example of the strawman policy. Nobody here mentioned in real life kids are lollies. What we mentioned is that people with childlike features that are inspired from the anatomy of a child, and those that look
No.
like
You
kids
see, this is
and
why
have
this is not
and
a
have
straw
the
man.
act like kids and look like kids. And if you're into that, you're a fucking pedophile. That's what the whole core of the argument is. And you even like you literally said that like kids are not lollies, like underage characters should not be counted because they don't exist. What kind of fucking argument is that? And then you fucking shot
How
yourself
old
in the
are you?
foot when I asked you
How
about the
old
whole
are
Airy
you?
thing. When I asked you about the Airy thing, shut the fuck up. When I asked you about the whole Airy thing, and I said that this kid, like, do you think this kid's a lolly? You said yes. And then when I asked you how, you said something about the fucking big head. And then when I asked you, are all these lollies like necessarily underage kids? And you said no. You don't even know what counts as a lolly. You literally think Airy is a lolly because she's a big ass head. And the things you mentioned that is considered a lolly is someone that has the hormonal features, big boobs or weird hips or something like that. You don't even know what you're trying to say. You're shooting yourself in the foot constantly. You
Yeah,
fucking retard.
you did come off trying to justify that it's a girl that has big boobs and hips, and then there you have misskey.io. No, there's a bunch of little girls in sexual positions, no boobs, no hips,
You're still on
And
this, bro.
literally
no
zero.
pubic hair,
There are no children who look
no
like that.
pubic hair.
You're still on this, bro. Wow, you're dying on this.
What is the conclusion for you today? Like, what are you trying to resolve? Because as we stated, we're not changing our minds. You clearly aren't changing your mind. So how do you end this? Or do you just
Do you
do you really
do
like
you
to
believe?
have all
Do,
these people mock you?
do you believe that children in real life
You're not answering my
qualify
question.
as
Answer the
lollies?
question.
Answer the question.
Yes or no?
No,
I didn't
answer
hear
the
your
question.
question because you cannot answer my question with another question. I'm asking you, how do we resolve this? What do you want from this? Are you going to stay here all night arguing about this because your Twitter account got
How I'm
suspended?
going to resolve this is I'm going to ask each of you this question. I want you to answer it.
Oh, God.
I don't know how else to. All right. Riley, do you believe that children in real life qualify as lollies? Yes or no?
They qualify as children. So no, they're not. They're not lolly because they're not drawings.
Okay. Indian monkey guy, Do you believe that children in real life qualify as lolis?
Man-child pedophile. In real life, children are not fucking pedophiles.
You racist bastard.
Oh my god, that was too funny though.
Oh my god. Yeah.
You had to rely on racism.
Do you believe that children qualify as lolis? Yes or no?
Man-child pedophile, no. Because you're talking about in real life children and
Okay,
those don't
you
qualify
gave me a
as
no.
pedophiles.
Let's move on to the next person. Big Native. Big Native. I asked for a yes or no, and I got what I wanted. Big Native, are you there?
When you get to the point, you ask like, I
Already
think all
know
the
your
people will
argument,
answer the same question.
So we already know where you're going with your narrative. So just get to it. You're gonna ask then. Oh, well, if a little girl, if a real girl isn't a lolly, then why is a lolly a real girl? Is that your question?
No, I'm asking you, do you believe that children in real
Motherfucker,
life qualify as
motherfucker,
lolis?
you talk
One
so
second,
slow,
one second.
you never get to a point. You never get to a
One
point. You
second.
talk so slow. Get
All
to
right,
the
just
fucking point.
Vader, calm down. All right, what did you say?
Do you believe that children in real life qualify as lolis? Yes or no?
You fucking already asked that. Are you really on?
I didn't hear your
You have
answer.
a go-to.
I'm asking
You got
everyone
our
that one
answers.
at a time.
You
You
got
are
our answers. Everyone's going to answer the same fucking answer. Get
No,
to the
because one
fucking
of you
point.
morons actually believes that would actually answer yes.
What
You-
more?
No
what
one will
actually,
say that.
no one will answer that yes.
God, you need to stop breathing.
No, someone
My
already did.
God.
Whoever the girl. Konosuke 7, your girlfriend actually believes that children in
Wife.
real life qualify as lolis. Okay, your wife believes that children in real life qualify as lolis. That's
My
exactly
God, you
what you
are a
said.
straw man.
It is not a straw man. Look in the yell at each other chat. No, I'm not.
I'll mute him.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, he's muted. He left. He left. Oh
Wait,
my God.
give him a few minutes. Give him a few minutes. He'll be right back.
This dude's full of
His
shit.
argument is going to be that, oh, if a lolly,
Bro,
if a
even-
little real girl isn't a lolly, then why is a lolly a real girl? That is going to be his argument. He
He
even
is
admitted
dick
that he
riding
doesn't
hard.
really know anything about the guy.
Yeah, which is
I'm starting to think this dude is actually worse.
honestly.
He's gonna come back and he's gonna probably bring his friends or something. That's how this stuff is gonna be, right, bro?
Yep.
This dude's still arguing when I'm at work and I'm still hearing it. He shows his face and like, go ahead, see if I care. I'm like, bro.
Oh,
likes
well,
to be
he's
pissed.
typing. He's typing. Let's see. So better make him new fucking what the stickers.
This shit better be posted right now.
And we're willing to make as
Oh
much.
my God. Daying that Brandon's wife daying that children IRL qualified. What the fuck? He cannot English. No, I'm doing this whole shit while sick. guy's an idiot. You still recording this shit? Sweet.
Make sure to show that he's just going to repeat himself. There's literally
Mhm.
no point. That's why like I kind of like don't wanted to argue about the lolly thing. He's not listening. He was literally explained. And he was shooting himself in the foot. Especially like when I asked him about the what I was trying to get at, like Riley made a good point too. Thanks for that. But what I was trying to get at is that he was like saying that watching child porn is bad, but watching lolicon is not. And I was just saying if you're just watching that, and like, if you're just watching child porn, you're not harming anyone. You're just watching a video of someone doing that to someone, right? He he said that's bad, but not looking at lolicon, especially when his drawings are not even that of like they don't even have any hormonal features, which is the ground that he was sitting on.
So there's a few like AI imaging programs right now, and they're gonna keep develop, right?
Mhm.
And one of the problems that is rising with it is the development of, of of not just pornography, but the development of stuff like that, and it can look very realistic, and that is a problem because these characters do not exist, but they represent a child. So your brain starts to think like, oh, little child body, that's hot. I mean, it's not a real person, but it's hot. But it does affect your brain, and it does affect how you look at the real world, which is why he hides it and is secluded in his little room.
Wonder if there's a way for me to
Oh, thank you, Critical.
put him on a time limit so he can't so he has to wait a certain amount of time before he can respond. Check on him, see if you can do that. Piss him off since you'll basically somewhat muzzle him. Basically.
Yeah. I do not consent or approve on the upload or distribution of my voice and personage.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Konosuke.